A good morning and welcome to Sambodhi's robe offering event. What is Kathina? After the Vassa period of 3 months, a day is selected within a month to celebrate Kathina and ceremony whereby members and devotees offer the Kathina robes and other requisites to the Maha Sangha who had observed 3 months of Vassa retreat, only once a year and during a specific period. All proceeds will go to the Maha Karuna Buddhist Society, which initiated the International Kathina to support 108 viharas in 8 countries to perform Kathina celebration this year. This event will benefit an estimated 5,000 Mahasanghas from Sri Lanka, India, Uganda, Tanzania, Nepal, Laos, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. Setia Alam Sambodhi Buddhist Association would like to acknowledge all who donated and contributed the robes and requisites to make this project a success. So let us begin with the acknowledgement. Donors, Wong Chong Miao and family, Sing Siu Yi in memory of Sing Yan Ling, Dr. Lee Siu San and family in memory of Mr. Lee Yok Kun, Yo Ong Chai and Madam Lim Gim Koi, donor Go Yu Fat, Ku Han Kian and family, donors Chia Sui Sing and family, Ui Giat Tin in memory of Ui Chuan Leong and Tiang Lien Chiu, Brother Cheng Chong Hua in memory of Cheng Chin Nam, donors Brother Alvin Ko, Koi Hui Lian, Chong Yu Chong, Chong Hua Liu, Chong Hua Yen, Lim Se Ui, Chung Li Mei, Chung Li Kian, Chung Li Im, Wong Jin Hee and family, donors Brother Lo Kia Hin, Liu Fu Kiong and family in memory of Lim Xiao Ngo, Teh Su Huat, Leong Kok Yao, Yo Kim Eng, Brother and Sister Di Leng in memory of and Di Leng's ancestor, Brother Ek Chen Ang, donors Tan Ju Kiang and Crystal Wong Chai Chin, Brother Ui Se Teng in memory of Ui Chuan Leong and Tiao Lien Chiu, Ng Ui Wa in memory of Ng Yi Beng and Kang Lien Ng, donors Jamie Wong Jun Yi, Hannah Wong Zhu Yen, Thomas Wong Xian Yao, Lovina Lo Ka Lok, donors Ng Mui Hua, Fan Fok Fa, Jasmine Tan Bi Ching, Brother Wong Chi Kwan, David Wong Yu Yao, Ivory Yo and So Siu Hin in memory of Mas Lija, Universal Wisdom Group, Sister Jenny Hui in memory of Ui Ti Mao and Hugh Kim Seong, Aaron Tan Jiang Hong, Joanne Chia Pek Ling, Jordan Tan Yi Sheng, Erin Tan Yang Yi, Remy Tan Yang Si in memory of Mary Josephine Lee Swan Sin. Donors Chia Su Hong, Chua Huat Kong in memory of Chia Loi, Elias Chia Loi, Wong Mon Fong and Barry Chiu Tuan Long, Quit Keng Liao in memory of Quit Ah Wang, Quit Hock Jin, Ko Ming Sun, donors Ui Ha Kiu, Lao Jung Seng and Tan Li Kiat in memory of Mr. and Mrs. Lao Keng Peng, Mr. and Mrs. Tan Su Chia. Corinne and Daniel Tong in memory of Tom Ping Yong, donors Lim Jin Moy, donor Chen Yizu and family, Sister Evelyn Tan in memory of Cao Kiong Lian, Chia Pek Yi, Cheng Bi Lo, Tan Hui Seng and Tan Get Hua, Sister Christine Chan Kok Yong, Lim Siu Moy in memory of Lim Siu Ki, Ku Tian Po and family in memory of So Peng Leng, So Piu Leng and all departed beings, Lim Chen Meng and family in memory of Lim Sok Seng, Go Yu Fat, Karin Keng and Hao Yang in memory of Leong Seung Ha, donors Liu Suk Mei in memory of Ho Ah Chun, Leong Kut Hong, Sok Leng. Donors Leong Sun Noi, Ho Pak Chung, Leong Sun Moi, Ho Chai Yen, New Tuan Sui and family. Lim Siu Moi in memory of Lim Siu Ki and departed beings. Ku Tian Po and family in memory of So Peng Leng and departed beings. Lim Cheng Meng and family in memory of Lim Sok Seng and all departed beings. Sister Rosie Lo in memory of Go Kim Huat and Go Kian Chu. Donor Yan Xiu Fang and family. Kian Tuan Chi in memory of Ken Bun Teo, Lim Hee, Yan Tok Cheng. Chiu Siu Ki in memory of Chiu Sui Wing, Li Feng Ying. Donors Chiu Yi Yong, Chan Lai Ying, Sonia Chiu Su Hua, Lim Kek On, Malcolm Chiu Tuan Chin, Tan Su Chi. Donors Ng Chui Hun in memory of Ng Seng Ho, Ng Seng Boon, Ang Tiam, Chiu Cheng Chai, Tan Giok Siu, Ngui A Lai. Donors Alex Boon and donors and all beings past and present dedicated to the Triple Gem, Maha Sangha, Noble Ones, and all beings past, present, and future. I apologize if I have mispronounced any names. If I miss out on any names, please reach out to us and we will correct the matter. Thank you to all who supported us by donating robes and requisites. Due to the pandemic, all must adhere to the current SOPs in regard to any gathering. The committee have made the decision that the offerings of robes to the Sangha will only be limited to only 4 representatives from Sambodhi. We have recorded the ceremony and will play the video for you now. Please take note that the volume might be a little soft and we apologize for it. Oops, sorry. After performing such meritorious deeds, let us rejoice by transferring the merits we have accrued by following this video.
Let us perform in this particular robe offering ceremony. It's an annual event, Sambodhi Buddhist Society. Even though through Zoom, this year able to manage to complete this noble trust which you organize through the via Zoom to reach out each and every members, the devotees, to increase your great faith towards the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. This is a moment for us to share merits with all the deceased ones, especially the people at this particular moment, 1 over year. We are in the difficult way to go through this whole 1 over year period. Many of you manage very well most important things. Those who are people with us wish all those wonderful wishes for them to be healthy and happy. Those who are victim, passing will be our relatives, members, or any of the other people who will receive these merits. We are compassionate, our great metta towards them, ready in loving kindness, thought to delegate, transfer these merits to all the ancestors, all the departed one. At this particular moment, each and every one of you are being at home. You can reflect into your own mind. Without cup of water, without the water, you still can delegate your merits towards your own mind. Focus your mind towards what noble trust you've done, what noble activities done, what noble practices throughout the period you've done, the spiritual growth. Reflecting, recalling all those wonderful things you're able to perform. Share these merits, dedicate these merits to all your ancestors, wherever they are, they're able to receive these merits, they're able to get this. To get rid of samsara suffering circle, may they be free from all those suffering circle, may they attain everlasting peace of the Nibbana. Maintain such a wonderful thought within your own mind. Let us dedicate and transfer this towards all the ancestors, wherever they are.
在今天Sambodhi 和Society，你们有做这个供养袈裟。虽然说在这个疫情里面大家都很不方便，但是呢，我们现在很幸运的有了这些先进的科技，能够拉近我们彼此之间的距离。所以很多时候呢，这些科技也同时呢帮助了我们，让我们呢在这个疫情里面做一些东西，做一些活动呢会更加的方便，更加的容易。那么最主要的在这里呢，虽然我们没有办法亲自的莅临或者莅临这赏福地那边这个来供养这个袈裟，但是呢，很多时候重要的一点就是，当我们配合着我们的环境，配合我们周遭的那个疫情，所以当我们同样的有升起一个欢喜的心意，知道自己所做的这个是善事，同时呢有参与这样的一个心态，所以这个呢就是随喜的心意。当我们有一个欢喜心或者随喜的心意呢，在那边的时候，我们所做的这个功德，我们就能够得到这个功德。同时呢，当我们做了功德以后呢，我们同时也要把我们所修的这个福报或者功德回向给我们一些已经去世了的亲人。有时候呢，他们在知道或者他们在等待着我们活着的人呢，为他们做一些善事，为他们回向功德。所以在这里呢，我们准备有一些水或者一个茶杯这样子来回向这个我们所做的善事功德。那么同时呢，也祝福他们在这个轮回的道路上呢，能够因为这样的一个功德，资助帮助他们呢，能够去到一个投胎或者去投胎呢一个更好的地方，将来有一天呢，能够证得涅槃，那么永远都不再受苦。
We hope all devotees can strengthen their aspiration and devotion as we reflect on the meritorious deeds we did today. Now, I would like to invite Chief Reverend Saranankara to say a few words. Chief, the mic is yours.
Sangha. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, the management committee and the devotees Sambodhi Buddhist Society. This year, Sambodhi quite unique program joining. Actually, you're not even the poster you mentioned in rope offering. Yes, previous years you are doing the rope offering. But this year very special. Even though you didn't invite any Sangha members to remain in your center to observe Vassa period, to perform Kathina after 3 months, but coincidence happened. You are doing actually sponsoring Kathina. Not in Sambodhi, not in Senthul, the far places. Other, as MC mentioned, other countries, 8 countries. It's a great joy, Sambodhi members, as well as with myself. Let me to share a little my personal joy this particular program. Last couple of months, we are providing the basic requisites for the monastery Sangha members to practice well in their monastery, which is very remote area. The devotees find little difficulties to support very remote area for the Sangha members. Few temple approach, devotees approach, we are so happy. We also didn't know how we going to be success or not. But eventually, close some of the people supported within their capacity, personal sponsorship directly. Then later on request more and more. Then we, society, taking the lead for this particular giving for basic requisites last 5-6 months. In the month of July, when they observe the Vassa period, we know the very remote village farmers can't afford to have a rope offering ceremony or Kathina ceremony in their village. Of course, major town, maybe supporters are there. The remote area, especially Uganda and the Tanzania, the country less Buddhist devotees, and also they are not well versed about this particular noble practices. What happened was actually we, as MC mentioned, it's supposed to be 108 temple. Eventually, now become 164. It's a great joy. The last moment you mentioned, somebody mentioned, willing to sponsorship for the Kathina. Then we somehow we accept other temple as well. That means that's why I mentioned Sambodhi members are for you to be the great joy for you to participate, not only rock offering, Kathina offering, other part of the places. This why I mentioned the great joy for me. The devotees, whatever requisites are given to us, I personally, for the especially for this birthday, requisites, and are able to channel to the certain monastery to perform Kathina. In fact, without the of course, from your support, are able to accept behalf of the other Sangha members and channel into them, then they're able to perform. Personally, as a great joy, that particular day, I think that's the best, the birthday gift for me. Yeah, I able to perform this Kathina to the number of monastery, very remote area. Just mention to you, you are not taking part of the robe offering, you are taking part of the Kathina ceremony. Kathina ceremony and the robe offering. What's the difference, these two offering? Kathina and the robe, the same thing. Kathina robe and the robe offering. Why we had to mention Kathina? Why we had to mention robe? Kathina ceremony to perform, even though number of centers are today, they are only using the word Kathina. For the Kathina ceremony to perform, the required certain requirement is important. The requirement, according to Buddhist teaching, what are the requirements required? We had to Kala Sampatti, Pujjala Sampatti, Deya Dharma Sampatti, Saddha Sampatti, and Samudra Project Sampatti, and also Parasa Sampatti. These are the basic requirements. Kala Sampatti. What is exactly Kala Sampatti? That means period to observe the Vassana period. We call Peravas. That means month of July, they're able to, Sangha members with invitation or without invitation, observing the Vassa, the particular place. Once you observe from July full moon to the until October full moon, once you complete that period, that's why they call Kala Sampatti. Period complete for that period, then only you can able to do the Chivara period, that means October full moon to November full moon. In between any of the days, you can choose to celebrate that particular day. That's called one of the first requirement. The second requirement, Pujjala Sampatti. That means require Sangha members, not the novices, higher ordained Sangha members to remain the monastery to observe the Vassana, Pisap Vassana period, rainy retreat period. Without higher ordination monks, fully ordained monks, we can't have it. If you have novices for the 100 novices, but you can't do it Kathina ceremony. You can have 100 novices, one single high ordained monk, then you're able to perform Kathina ceremony. Whatever robe, particularly that day offer, whatever things you're offering, not necessarily be the robe. Any piece of paper, piece of tissue, when you give to that on the particular day, you can get the same benefit as a Kathina robe. You don't need to have a Kathina robe itself. Many other things equal to the benefit for the Kathina merits we will get accumulated. Then the Deya Dharma Sampatti. Then we require Kathina robe. Without robe, we can't offer anything without piece of cloth. It can be the many ways. Those days, the traditional way, the white cloth, then make it a color. And the same day, in the early morning when we offer, once you get the day started, day started in over here from 5:30, 6 o'clock. That time, white cloth, when you offer to the Sangha, the certain temple, certain monastery, certain country, it's a big celebration. If you come to Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, and all these countries, the villages are celebrated very grandly this particular procession, and many other things are going to street by street and allowing people to touch and to join that particular rope, go around whole village. This is the require the achiever they require. That's one of the requirements. Then the third, the fourth one, Saddha Sampat. You require the great devotion for that rope offering, that particular ceremony to perform. Not only sake of taking the robe and just hand over to any of the Sangha members. We require reflecting what is this period, 3 months or the period, providing the requisites Sangha members to remain in the monastery, providing necessary things and supporting them, and that a great devotion you maintaining in your own mind. That means Saddha Sampati Sukha. Then the Pradesh Sampat, we require devotees, Upasaka, Upasika, Bhiksu, Bhikshuni, Upasaka, Upasika, who assemble Sangha members are around, especially members of Sangha and the lay devotees. You must be around to perform this particular ceremony. Without that, you can't do it. Then, then we require Parivar Sampat. We require 5 months to be, or 4 to 5 months to be, witness this particular ceremony. To call Sangika, to offer in the Sangha community. Without fully ordained 4 Sangha members or 5 Sangha members, we require to witness, to resign the Vinaya Karma word, to hand over this particular robe. This is the only robe can offer twice. How are you going to offer the twice? Many other things we can't offer twice. But this robe you can offer 2 times. The 2 times offering the robe, first round, go around the street, go around the places, go around the temple, and with the great devotion in Saddha in your own mind, and assemble into the one particular place when let's say 5, 6, 7, or 8 or 10 Sangha members, or 100 or 1,000 Sangha members in the monastery, that particular robe offered to the Sangha community. So the members of Maha Sangha. That's the first offering by the devotees. It's a quite very unique the procedure had to follow. Then when you offer, let's say assuming, okay, 20, 30 high ordained monk, that monastery remained it. But one robe only. Of course, many other robes are there, but Kathina means only one particular robe. Offering to the Sangha community. What the Sangha community do is a very democracy way introduced by the Buddha, this particular function. Sangha members decide one particular monk. The monks require certain things to complete in the monastery. as I mentioned earlier, he must be above 20 years old. He must have a high ordination. Below and also this high ordination part is very unique. When the Sangha members, when they able to reach 19 years old, one novice 19 years old, then happen to be the 19 years old, they say 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. What is it do it? Normally, ordination ceremony taking place June. Some monastery, May or June, any of the time can do it. Most of the group high ordination ceremony taking place in the month of June. Sometimes 20, 30, 100, 200, 300, all assembled into one particular Sima hall, they get the high ordination. Assuming one of the novices haven't completed fully 20 years, happen to be 19 years old and 5 months. Another few months are required to be 20. But they allow the 9 months period in the mother's womb, will count that one, adding 1 year as well. I think the Chinese culture very strong practice in this one as well. You know, they add 1 more year. Actually, it's very logic as well as for the very practical thing. Our date of birth has to count, not that giving the birth. The giving birth is one day, that particular day, not your date of birth. Your date of birth started 7, 8, 9 months ago. That means Buddhist concept, Buddhist teaching, perfectly correct. Adding that period into count, then high ordination can perform. If you are not complete for that period, any of the novices, you can't get the high ordination. Then question must arise in your own mind. Why require the age? That called Buddha's order. The later part will hand over to Sangha. Sangha Sambodhi. Sangha Sambodhi means Sangha decide this part, then you can't change it, relate into the Buddha. Is other way, you are full matured when they come person to 20 years. Above 90 over years, you are fully matured. You know what's our thing to do it. You can able to take a responsibility. You are matured enough to. Your aging is another important thing. There's someone to be aged, not only aging your age. Aging maturity will come with the inner qualities. Qualities must aging. Qualities must be matured. Inner purity must be aging as well. Then you become perfect person. Then we can see how unique this particular function. That's why I mentioned earlier, only 1 robe, 2 times can offer. When you offer to the Sangha, let's say 30, 40 monks in the monastery, high ordained monks, another 20, 30 novices are around. Some certain temple in the Thailand, 300-400 Sangha members there. Still only 1 Kathina Robe. Go around places. After that, you want to offer to the devotees, offer to the Sangha. Then nobody knows who are the people, who are the monks going to be receive these particular things. Very ancestors having 300 over monks, 1 monastery. Let's say even 4-5 monks are in the monastery, the Malaysian concept. In our place, we have 3 monks only. In many other places, sometimes maximum 20 or 25 monks we can find any of the center in Malaysia, not more than that. Then what we do is, Sangha members decide who's most suitable candidate to receive this robe. Then the second offering, once you decide, once you complete for that all those things, unanimously select one Sangha. Let's say any of the Sangha object that particular monk to give it, then he must reason now what is the objection. Then they consider assemble of Sangha, then they decide. Then it's relevant, then we have to choose another Sangha members to handle. He had to be high ordained monks. He had to remain in the same monastery for the 3 months period. He's complete for the Vassa period. He able to perform certain duties for the religious according to the monk's order. Then he unanimously select one Sangha members. Then we going to offer this Kathina. Sambodhi previous year he joining for the robe offering. Robe and Kathina, that this is different. That particular day, if they happen to be particular day offering any of the robe, is considered Kathina. Not only robe, anything, box, piece of tissue, piece of paper, or any of the small, whatever items you are giving. Let's say piece of small towel, when you offer, but you can get the equal same merits what you offer to the as a robe. But only that particular day. When we select after complete for the October full moon to November full moon, in between select any of the days, then you can do it. And that's the only day we can do the Kathina. Then it's a long process. Not all the robe will consider Kathina robe. Whenever you do performance Kathina, you can't do it. And also as you like, we can't perform this particular ceremony. If you got so much wealth, you can offer robe, 1,000 or 1,000 robe, but you can't offer the Kathina robe. Next month or following months or January, February, you can't organize Kathina ceremony any of the temple. Only period July to October, they're called Peravas. Some of the Sangha members do Pasuvas as Pasuvas means August. We start in the observing the August, then end of November, we can complete for the Vassana period. Those who are observed the Peravas, that in July to the October, only can perform this Kathina ceremony. Very unique things. Once you select that particular Sangha to receive the robe, not only devotees get benefit, the Sangha itself get the greatest benefit. Sangha benefit, they got mentioned in Buddha mentioned. We had the extra additional, some sort of the freedom they able to enjoy that particular Sangha, that particular Sangha member. What are the things we can gain can get the greatest independent for that monastery. Let's say, assuming most of the Sangha members will remain in the monastery, we're asking permission for to leave the monastery to another place. We have to inform the abbot or the senior Sangha member going to leave the place. Once you observe the Kathina period, once he hand over, without asking permission, he able to leave the monastery and to come back later without permission. One of the greatest benefit they able to get it. And also you won't short of anything as a benefit once you complete thing is so much material comfort they able to receive it, and also he able to decide what to do that all those things offering to buy him. And also the benefit of that, you are not able to get any of the danger, sicknesses, or any of the obstacle in your life, not able to. And also you are not able to get any poison or whatever things in your period. The same benefit to the Sangha members as well as for the lay devotees able to get it. That's why this particular meritorious activities is considered very hard very solid. It's a huge, the rock, very unshakable meritorious activities. There's 8 great meritorious deals in the Buddhist teaching. The first one is considered Kathina offering. That means from there we can see how important is this particular ceremony to perform. That's why every one of them now we are so keen this particular period to offerings to them. And as I mentioned earlier, the previous year Sambodhi be able to do the offering of the robe offering. But this particular coincidence, even some of them you are never realized actually you are not offering the robe, you are doing the Kathina ceremony. You are so lucky, so fortunate to have it such things at the greatest merits to be able to accumulate it, and also really with the relevant the period request our help to the certain monastery, be able to reach out to monastery, very, very remote area. Some monastery, the village side, didn't have a particular, even though observing the Vassa period, didn't have the particular grand ceremony around 10, 15 years, some monasteries, some 4, 5 years, they didn't have a proper Kathina ceremony. Then they able to get it with your support, with your generosity for the Malaysian good people, they able to rejoice that particular ceremony, that particular any of the temple. That the great merits we will share each and every one of you, and you be able to rejoice this particular meritorious activities you are taking part for the very remote area. I think later part you'll be able to share that photograph or video and to just mention for you to rejoice, not for you to develop your ego. We done so much things, etc. No, it's a humble joy within your own mind. That is important. Whenever meritorious we do it, upon the teaching of the Buddha asks us to reflect the thing what you've done. It's a joy appear into your own mind, the happiness come into your own mind. It's the greatest healing process in your own self, physically as well as for the mentally. Brothers and sisters, Sambodhi Buddhist Society, we are together able to perform this particular robe offering ceremony. It's the greatest joy personally myself as well, and also the each and every devotees, members. She mentioned earlier, all the contributions list they mentioned here. Then each and every one of you are just not only participate for the robe offering, you are taking part of the great Kathina ceremony, and also each and every one of you are taking part for the robe offering. All those monastery, I think easily 5 or 6 monastery you're able to sponsor. With that sponsorship, I think you're able to later part you can share the photograph as well as for the video for you to rejoice. Seeing that thing, you taking part that particular ceremony, joy is very important thing. That happiness is very important thing. Reflecting is a great healing therapy in your own mind. Rejoice and share it with the other fellow family members and loved one, and also even the departed one, and also and other sentient beings and the deities as well. That the power, by the power of this great merits you accumulated, may your well-being for happiness to continue, may your life to be smooth, may your business, career, family life, children education to be successful manner to go through this particular period, especially 1.5 year period. We was so much fear inside to maintain, but most of them you able to use that opportunity, going to the more spiritual practices, more the spiritual gain. That's the greatest achievement, greatest access you're able to do it. That achievement, that access you create within this period to strengthen your inner mental strength, inner spirituality, that is the greatest healing process in your own mind. At this particular meritorious activities into that as well. It's a beautiful garden, require a lot of flowers. Each and every flower adding its beauty, adding into the garden. Same manner, reflect these meritorious activities, act as a beautiful flower into your own garland, to make it perfect garland, to be rejoice getting each and every one of your own mind. May this marriage in samsara journey help us to overcome all the obstacles, difficulties, and finally the peace of the Nibbana. Thank you very much. And I would like to ask your mic to say a few words in Mandarin, the benefit for the others as well.
各位佛友，那么在今天呢，其实很开心、很高兴呢，有听到说你们Sambodhi呢会把这个你们所筹到的这个供养袈裟的这个基金呢，送给Maha Karuna他们来去做这个整个很多国家的这个Kathina的庆典。那么其实呢，这个是非常非常难得的一件事情。当我们在马来西亚呢，我们很难有机会呢遇到这样子多的一个国家，同时呢，不同的时段里面呢来庆祝这个Kathina。那么在有一些国家呢，他们在庆祝这个Kathina的时候呢的前一晚，他们大部分呢都有。好像记得我以前在斯里兰卡那边，好像是小孩子啊，他们呢骑着脚踏车铿铿锵锵铿锵做弄一点声音出来，然后拿着那一块袈裟的那个布，那么去到整个乡村那边呢，去每一个家庭呢去通知他们在这个寺庙里面呢，哪一天他们会有做。供养Kathina袈裟的那个日子，所以小孩子呢，好像他们有拿花放炮啊，好像过新年这样子，一家一家的去在那个环境里面呢，在那个乡村里面呢去通知他们，所以这个Kathina呢，其实是一个很愉快、很高兴的一个庆典，让我们呢有机会来做功德，来做善事，就好像刚才Jeffrey说。当我们在做Kathina的庆典的那一天的时候呢，不论我们供养了什么样子的东西，那一份功德呢，跟我们布施供养Kathina的袈裟呢，它的功德是同等一样的。所以在这里呢，也不需要。其实呢，我们有这样的一个机会来做的话呢，值得高兴，值得为自己庆幸。很多时候呢。因为什么？在一些经典里面呢，他们有说，这份Kathina的功德呢，它是没有很难被消灭，很难被destroy 或者被其他的恶业呢给覆盖掉，因为这个Kathina的那个功德呢，它是非常非常特别的，它需要好像刚才呢Jeffrey有说了5、6个它的条件呢，当我们有完成了那5、6个条件的话呢，我们才能够有这样的一个机会呢来做这个庆典。所以同时呢，也是因为这样的一些原因呢，那么同时在这个3个月的雨季安居里面呢，每一个不论出家也好，在家也好，他们呢都在努力的提升他们自己的修行，提升他们自己的心境，提升他们自己的对佛法上的认知。所以很多时候呢，在过完这个雨季安居的时候呢，他们很多人呢都得到从自己进修里面佛法呢能够得到提升的那个好处。所以在这里呢，因为这样的一个关系呢，那份功德就很难被其他的恶业呢所 毁灭所覆盖掉。所以在这里呢，当我们有机会做一个善事的时候呢，做卡提娜庆典的时候呢，我们应当要好好的、很认真的去珍惜这样子的一个机会。所以在这里呢就不多说，因为在有机会这样子做呢非常难得，所以在这里呢先祝福大家能够遇到同时在160多个国家呢有机会做善事，有机会做那个卡迪娜，所以这个机会呢同时也是疫情呢给了我们这样子的一个机会来去做这样的卡迪娜的庆典，要不然呢我们在以前的话呢根本不可能说在这个卡迪娜业呢能够做到这样子多的国家，能够布施到这样多的出家人，能够给他们一些支持，给他们一些帮忙等等，就很难有这样的一个机会。所以在这里呢，当我们有这样的一个机会呢，首先我们要感谢Chief Reverend 还有那Maha Karuna他们呢在里面呢帮忙做的安排这个哪一个国家呢需要可以给他们一个支持，给他们的帮忙。所以在这里呢，感谢大家支持，感谢大家的帮忙，同时呢，也感谢大家呢在佛法上呢不断作为一个在家居士他们会支持身短这些方面等等，所以感谢大家呢的拥护，感谢大家的帮忙和支持。所以在这里祝大家在我们的轮回的旅程上呢，因为有做这样子的一个卡蒂娜功德，祝福大家呢都能够很多时候能够吉祥平安健康，能够成功，到最后呢让我们能够证得永久的极尽涅槃快乐。
Okay.
Let us the sharing merits of the participating for any other question from the audience?
Yeah.
Any clarification? Yes.
I would like to open up maybe 1 or 2 questions, since we have the privilege of having Chief Reverends with us today. Anyone has any questions?
You can have it in Mandarin or English.
No one?
All enlightened already.
Okay, Chief, before we move on, I need to rectify something a bit. So allow me to do something.
Okay.
Okay, before we move on, I've been informed and I deeply apologize that I have left out a contributor. Allow me to correct my error. So Sister Ngim Chin Eng, in memory of Ngim Kek Fat. I'm so sorry and I apologize again that we missed out on you. Okay, is there any other questions that our devotees would like to ask?
Yeah, I would like to ask a question.
Brother Lo?
Chief, this offering of robe, only the bhikkhu can take, isn't it? The bhikkhuni cannot take, isn't it?
Actually, the correct, but it's a two type. Once you bhikkhuni, if you high ordained bhikkhuni, they can able now even Thailand and Sri Lanka and other part of the places are they doing, but there is still argument. There are some certain country not accepting bhikkhuni ordination, which is even even some monks in Sri Lanka, Thailand, and especially Burma, they are not accepting. But they able to get Sangha members support, and they able to perform around 15-20 years ago. Even the late chief was participating in the Bodh Gaya, they're able to high ordain getting from the Theravada side. Before that, they get the high ordination from the Mahayana tradition, the Korean tradition. Then later part in the Bodh Gaya, senior Sangha members, as well as for the others with others support, they able to get a high ordination. Where the even I Santani and the Reverend Dhammananda and in Thailand and other nuns, they get the high ordination. That places are they doing for the Kathina as well, you know. But still some of the devotees are very arguing with the bhikkhuni not able to get the Kathina robe. But all those who are observing the 10 precepts, they are not supposed to get, let's get the higher nation according to the Vinay rule, then they are able to perform Kathina.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Lo.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions? If no, then maybe on behalf of the committee members of Satya Alam Buddhist Association, we would like to thank Chief Reverend and Bhante Maitri for agreeing to share his precious time with us this morning. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So before we end, I would like to invite again Chief Reverend to lead us all in sharing of merits that we have gained today. Chief, you can go ahead.
Let us join with us together to participate, taking part even though through Zoom and the contribution you have reached to the society. All those reflecting into your own mind, share these merits with the devas, as well as for the share this merit for the each and every loved one near and dear to you, and especially for the last 1 over year, people have find so much difficulties, so much stressful situation, they're able to overcome through your strong spiritual practices. And let us be rejoice, each and every one of you, until this moment, due to our all great meteoric activities, we are in safe, as well as for the able to continue this noble teaching, noble practices. This is the most important thing. Each and every one of our own practices are important. The practices make us perfect. Practices make you a better person. Value in our own mind always is the greatest blessing. Maintaining precept as well as for the purity in your own mind, that's the greatest blessing here and hereafter. By the power of these great merits which you have accumulated at this moment, share merit with all the devas as well as for all the departed ones and other living loved one and all the other sentient beings in order to delegation and transfer merit. Let us join with us together these verses. Tavata chayami samvedam punya samvedam Sabbe deva anumodantu Sabbe bhuta anumodantu Sabbe satta anumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya idam vinyatinam hotu sukhitantu jnatayo Dhamminyatinam hotu sukita hontu jnatayo. nyātinam hotu sukhita hontu nyātayo. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
现在呢，最后我们做简短的这个回向功德。最主要呢，我们是要回向给功德给一些护法善神还有天神呢，因为他们当我们有做善事呢，他们时常呢会很高兴的、欢喜的聚集在一起，同时呢，也在平时呢给予我们很多的支持或者一些引导这样的帮助。所以呢，当我们有在做善事的时候呢，我们同时呢也不要忘记他们。除了一些天神善神以外呢，在我们的做了功德以后呢，我们也同时可以把我们的功德回向给我们的至亲，我们的身旁的每一位朋友或者亲人或者家人。那么在这里我们也祝福他们呢，能够获得这样的一份功德，来支持帮助他们来改善我们的生活，来支持我们的无论在生活上的一些困难的点点滴滴等等都好了。通过这样的一个善事，通过这样的功德支持，帮助我们改善或者我们获得解决我们的困难，能够获得快乐的生活。同时呢，也把我们的功德回向给我们已经去世了的一些亲友。那么祝福他们呢，无论在他们的六道的哪一界都好呢，通过这样的一个善事功德，支持他们，帮助他们能够获得这份功德以后呢，能够获得快乐、健康的自己、平安等等。那么到最后呢，当我们找这份功德呢，再回向呢，愿我们每一个人呢，都能够在将来的轮回路上呢，能够证得永远的极尽的涅槃境界。所以在这里呢，我们祝福大家同样的能够获得这份功德，获得这份大家健康、平安、快乐。
Yes.
I think we have someone who raised their hand. So, Sister Liu, you have something to say? You have a question? Hello? Sister Liu? Yes, go ahead. We can. Go ahead. You can talk. Or if you have problem with your mic, why don't you just type it on the chat and we can read it from there.
Maybe still mute. Maybe her microphone is still.
Not me, you, Sister Liu.
Yeah, I think we lost her already. Okay, never mind. I think with that, we conclude today's special event. We do not want to take much of Chief's time now. I think that's all. So thank you so much for attending. And thank you so much, Chief Reverend, for spending your precious time with us this morning. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Chief Reverend, and Reverend Maitri as well. Thank you.